Take it for granted sometimes, thinking the alarm clock did it. No, it was God. That breath you just took, you didn't earn it. It was handed to you with grace. If you got breath, you got a shot. A lot of folks didn't get that shot today. They had plans, things they were supposed to do, phone calls they were going to make, goals they were going to chase. But their time ran out. Yours didn't. That means there's still something for you to do, something God's trusting you to carry. If you woke up in your right mind with enough strength to swing your legs out of the bed, you already won half the battle. You might not have everything you want, but you have what you need to take the next step. That's more than some people can say. Gratitude shifts your whole mindset. It stops you from waking up mad about what didn't happen and helps you focus on what still can. When you start your day thankful, you walk differently. You speak differently. You attract better. God responds to a grateful spirit. It doesn't take a mansion and $1 million to be grateful. You have got shoes on your feet, food to eat, a phone in your hand, and a future that's still unfolding. That's worth saying thank you for every single day. Blessings multiply when you recognize them. Don't let comparison kill your gratitude. Somebody always has more, but somebody always has less too. Stop scrolling and start appreciating the blessings you overlook someone else is praying for. Make gratitude your foundation, not a reaction to good days only. Start your day by thanking God for the little things, the things that aren't flashy but are essential. Thank Him for strength, peace, the people who love you, and even the people who left you. Every single detail is part of your growth, part of your blessing. Trouble is coming. That's not negativity, that's life. Every day ain't gonna be sunshine and smooth sailing. But the goal isn't to avoid storms. The goal is to be strong enough to walk through them without folding. That kind of strength doesn't come from the gym, it comes from God. Faith is not wishing things were easy. It's knowing you can handle whatever's not. It's waking up and saying, I don't know what's coming, but I know who's with me. That confidence will carry you when things around you start shaking. That faith becomes your anchor. When life hits hard and you have two options, panic or pray. Worrying has never solved the problem. Complaining never paid a bill, but prayer gives you power. Prayer keeps your peace steady when everything else is out of control. If you expect smooth roads every day, you are setting yourself up for disappointment. Life doesn't owe you comfort. It offers you opportunity to grow, to endure, develop resilience. That's what challenges are for. They reveal what you are made of. You have got strength in you that you haven't even tapped into yet. And the only way to find it is to go through something that demands it. So when challenges show up, don't shrink, rise. God didn't design you to break, He designed you to build under pressure. You are not walking alone. Even when it feels like you are alone, He's still walking with you. Don't confuse silence with absence. Some of your biggest breakthroughs happen in your quietest seasons. Stay faithful in the storm. You'll be strong when it passes. Look at your past. You have survived things you thought would destroy you. Look at that and tell yourself, if I made it through that, I can make it through this. You have got proof. You have got history with God. That's why you walk forward with confidence. Complaining is easy because it gives us a temporary release. But what it does is keep us stuck in the same cycle. You wake up, you start talking about what's wrong. Who did what ain't working, and all that energy becomes your atmosphere. You don't rise by focusing on what's broken. You rise by focusing on what's possible. If you keep waking up with a defeated mindset, life is going to match that energy. You'll keep attracting problems, setbacks, and delays. But the moment you shift to expectation, even before you see the blessing, you give your day a new direction. It's not magic, it's a mindset. God responds to your expectations. Faith without expectation is just noise. You have got to start speaking better about your life. Before you even check your phone in the morning, start saying something good is going to happen today. Say it with conviction. Say it even if yesterday was a mess. Expectation isn't pretending everything's perfect, it's believing that good can still come out of imperfection. You are not denying reality when you stop complaining. You are deciding not to be dominated by it. Life has pressure. Life has disappointments, that's a given. But living in constant complaint keeps you bitter. It robs you of peace. It blinds you to the opportunities God keeps putting in front of you. Most people don't even realize how blessed they are because they've trained their mouths to always find what's wrong. That's a dangerous habit. You can't complain your way into a better future. You have got to speak faith, walk in hope, and carry the kind of energy that invites favor into your space. Start expecting answers, not delays. Start expecting open doors, not closed ones. Start expecting peace. Even when there's chaos around you, expectation shifts how you pray, how you plan, how you show up. It forces you to rise, even when circumstances try to keep you low. God didn't wake you up to have you walk through the day mad, bitter, or defeated. He woke you up because there's still more He wants to do through you. That means good is still out there. But you can't receive it if you are too busy complaining about the past. Look ahead, open your mouth with power, and expect the kind of day that aligns with the promises over your life. You didn't come this far by luck. You didn't survive what you have been through just because time kept ticking. God carried you, protected you, redirected you, and in some cases rescued you. Even when you didn't see it, even when you didn't deserve it, He was working behind the scenes to keep you in position. That's not a coincidence. That's the purpose. There were seasons you should have lost your mind, moments you felt like giving up, days you couldn't see a way forward, but somehow you are still standing. You might be bruised, tired, unsure, but you are here. That's not by accident. That's because God still has something He wants to do with your life, and no setback is big enough to cancel that. Sometimes we forget how far we've come because we're too focused on how far we still want to go. But take a step back. Look at who you used to be, what used to break you, what used to scare you. You have grown. You have matured. You have overcome things people don't even know about. That didn't just happen. It happened to prepare you. Every valley you walked through, every delay, every closed door, it was building something in you. Patience, endurance, wisdom, faith. God was shaping you when it felt like He was ignoring you, but He was never absent. He was developing you for a purpose bigger than your pain. You may not understand all the whys yet. Why did that relationship end? Why did that opportunity slip through your fingers? Why did things take so long? But God doesn't waste pain. He doesn't waste detours. Everything that tried to stop you is going to be the very thing that strengthens your story. You have got to trust that there's a reason you are still here. A reason the enemy couldn't take you out. A reason the doors that needed to stay shut were closed, and the ones that mattered opened when they did. It wasn't always the timing you wanted, but it was the timing you needed. You were chosen to survive what others collapsed under. That's not random, that's responsibility. That's calling. That's a divine assignment. And if God brought you through all that, He's not about to leave you stranded now. He didn't bring you this far just to watch you fall. He's setting you up for the next level of the journey. Your mind is a magnet, and whatever you focus on, you draw closer to. If you wake up thinking about everything wrong, that's what your day will be filled with. But if you choose to focus on what can happen, what could go right, you shift your whole atmosphere. Possibility is a lens that doesn't change your situation immediately, but it changes how you respond to it. Problems scream loud, and they'll try to take center stage. Bills, deadlines, conflict, disappointments, they all compete for your attention. But possibility whispers. It says, what if this works? It says, you have come through worse. It reminds you that the same God who got you through last storm can handle this one too. You have got to train your mind to listen for that whisper. A problem-focused mindset will keep you spinning in circles. You'll talk yourself out of ideas, out of risk, out of faith. You'll spend more time rehearsing why it won't work than trying to figure out how it could. But possibility breaks that cycle. It invites creativity, courage, and confidence to step up and take the wheel. Some people never move forward because they wait for every issue to disappear before they begin. But faith doesn't wait for perfect conditions. Faith moves in the middle of the mess. It builds with broken pieces. It believes while still bleeding. That's what focusing on possibility looks like. It's not naive. It's just not controlled by fear. You have got to learn to ask better questions. Instead of what if I fail, try what if I succeed. Instead of what if they say no, try what if they open the door. This simple shift can light a fire inside of you. It gets your brain working on solutions instead of sitting in stress. It keeps you active in your purpose, not passive in your problems. Don't let what's not working blind you to what is. You have got something going for you right now. A gift, a connection, a vision, an idea. Stop waiting for the stars to align and work with what you have got. God bless His movement. When you focus on possibility, you start walking in faith, and faith always attracts favor. The problem is real, but so is your potential. The issue might be tough, but so is your God. What's in front of you might look like a wall, but it could also be a door in disguise. Keep your eyes on the open space, the next step, the hopeful outcome. Focus determines direction, and direction determines destiny. Before you doubt yourself again, stop and take inventory. Look back at what you have made it through, not with shame, but with respect. You have been in places mentally, emotionally, even physically that could have crushed you, but they didn't. You are still here, still breathing, still trying. That alone is proof of your power. People see where you are now, but they don't know what it took to get here. They don't know the nights you cried and still showed up the next day. They don't know the betrayal you had to recover from, the losses you had to swallow, the setbacks you had to keep pushing through. Don't minimize that just because you are still working toward your breakthrough. You didn't quit when things got dark. You didn't fold when people counted you out. You didn't stay stuck when you felt forgotten. That kind of resilience can't be bought or taught, it's built. And the only way it gets built is by going through something that forces you to find out what you are made of. You need to stop acting like you are weak just because you are tired. Being tired is part of the process, but being weak is a lie. If you were weak, you would have been gone a long time ago. You have endured things that were designed to break you, and somehow you got stronger, wiser, sharper. And now what used to take you out doesn't even shake you. Your past is not just a timeline of pain, it's a library of lessons. You have been taught by experience, and that makes you dangerous in the best way. You don't just have ideas, you have insight. You don't just have dreams, you have depth. That came from surviving, from learning, from walking through fire and coming out refined, not ruined. Every scar has a story. And every story proves your strength. Don't hide them, honor them. They remind you that pain wasn't the end. That chapter didn't close the book. It built character. You were forged in hard seasons. That's why soft moments don't move you like they used to. You are grounded now. So when the next challenge shows up, don't panic, remember. Remember what you have overcome. Remember the old version of you that would have quit, and realize how far you have grown. If you survive then, you have got what it takes to win now. Your history is your evidence. You are not guessing. If you are built for this, you have already proven it. Motivation is great when it shows up, but it's not dependable. Some mornings you wake up ready to conquer the world. Other days you won't even feel like getting out of bed. That's where discipline steps in. Discipline says, I don't feel like it, but I'm doing it anyway. It's the muscle that keeps you moving when the mood is missing. Everybody wants results, but not everybody wants routine. People want the blessing, but they don't want to commit to the process. Discipline is what separates the talkers from the doers. It's the reason some people rise and others stay stuck. Not because they're more talented, but because they keep showing up regardless of how they feel. There will be days you feel uninspired, days you don't see the point, days when progress seems invisible. But those are the days that count the most. That's when you build your grit. That's when you prove to yourself that you are not just in it for the highs, you are committed to the mission. The work still matters even when the feeling doesn't. Discipline is how you train your character. It's not emotional. It's intentional. It means you have decided ahead of time what kind of person you are going to be. And you stick to that even when it's inconvenient. You don't negotiate with laziness. You don't entertain excuses. You honor your word to yourself. You can't build a strong life off of vibes and inspiration. That's not sustainable. Real progress comes from the stuff nobody claps to, the late nights, the early mornings, the quiet sacrifices, and the uncomfortable consistency. That's what builds the foundation for the life you keep dreaming about. When you are disciplined, you don't wait for permission to be great. You create structure around your goals. You build habits that support your future. And those habits start to carry you when your energy can't. It's not about hype, it's about habits. Your future is hidden in your daily routine. Some people are chasing a feeling, but winners are chasing results. And results only come when you are consistent. Not perfect, just committed. You don't have to feel like it to do it. You just have to do it anyway. That's how goals get reached, dreams get built, and prayers get answered through effort, not emotion. Right now might not look like much. You might be in a small apartment, driving a car that's barely holding on, working a job that's not fulfilling you. But don't let your current surroundings convince you that this is all there is. Vision doesn't reflect your present, it reveals your potential. If you only live by what you see, you'll miss what's possible. You have got to develop spiritual eyesight, the kind that looks past what's in your bank account, past what's on your calendar, and sees what's inside of you. Vision lets you look at a temporary struggle and say, this isn't the end. This is just part of the build. It keeps you forward-facing when everything else is trying to drag you backward. Your surroundings may not match your dreams yet, and that's okay. Vision permits you to believe before the evidence shows up. You don't need a stage to start preparing. You don't need applause to validate your work. Start where you are with what you have, and keep your eyes on where you are quaint, not where you are stuck. Too many people let their environment limit their imagination. Just because no one in your family has done it, just because your city is small, just because people don't understand your dream, that doesn't mean you are wrong. It means you were given a different kind of assignment. Visionaries always feel a little out of place in the present because they belong to the future. You have to learn how to see yourself beyond today's circumstances. If you are broke, see yourself building wealth. If you are alone, see yourself surrounded by the right people. If you are struggling, see yourself as strong, capable, and healed. What you see on the inside will eventually shape what you live on the outside. Don't wait until life gets easier to cast vision. Vision makes life clearer. It gives your effort direction. It reminds you why you are